You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
In fact, I am so worried about this that I am thinking if Justin does not make it with the Bears, he will be the starting point guard for the Chicago Bulls. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen the pictures. I've seen the tape. I've seen Justin on the court, and, you know, it looks good. I'm thinking you get rid of one of the Ball brothers. I mean, that's a perfect basketball name. You're a Ball brother. But there's no balling from one Ball. And now it looks like there may not be balling from another one in Zach Lavine. So, JB, you've got to talk some of our listeners off the roof because Zach Lavine might be traded to the Bears as a wide receiver. I don't know. I'm saying right now, man. I know we've been talking a lot of Bears, but is this thing good for you? Is this trade? And I'm not even saying it's a trade. I'm just the talk that now you're getting ready to trade Zach Lavine. Is that kosher with you?
Absolutely not, because what are you really looking for? What are you trying to get? And please, Arcturus, Carcinovis, whatever you say your name, if you think by some kind of thing you're going to fleece Bradley Beal into coming here because
that's a whole talk.
But he's got the power. He can dictate not only what team he goes to, but who he gets traded for.
Mm-hmm. And
Zach
people
Lavine
forget
might say no.
Thing.
I mean, like Bradley Beal might want to actually play with Zach Lavine or something like that. You know, it might be DeMar that need to be the odd man out. He will.
I mean, with Bradley Beal, he's the only player in the NBA right now that has a 15% kicker. So wherever they trade him, 15% of that counts against your cap now. So, okay, well, since we're going to put it out there, let's throw out one of these mysterious trades. So Zach Buckley of the Bleacher Report proposed an idea. Here's how it goes. The New York Knicks receive Paul George. The Clippers get Damian Lillard. And the Blazers get R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims, Evan Fournier, a 2025 first-round pick that's protected, and a 27 first-round pick, and a 29 first-round pick. Yeah. How's that working for you? You like that?
Yeah. And I want to dance with the Rockettes. Like, that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, Jerry West ain't going to let that happen.
No.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So let's start there.
Well, but here's the biggest problem about it. Zach Levine's got 4 years left on his contract or something like that?
Resigned.
Right.
Yeah.
He just resigned.
Who's taking that on? And how old's Zach Lavine now? He's 26, 7?
27, 28 now. I mean, he might be 28 in season.
He's in his prime for sure.
He's 28. He's 28. So he's 28, and he's got 4 years left. So now we're talking about a 31-year-old point guard, 32-year-old athletic guard, not a guy who plays on the ground, a guy who has to jump to the sky to be effective. And we all know what happens to these athletic guards when they get up across their 30s. You know, we see the decline fall really quickly. And at $215 million?
Well, let's go back to JB's point. What is it that the Bulls are actually looking for? I've heard that anywhere from the 3rd pick to the 5th pick, they're looking, and then they're looking in the 20s. Listen, you picked a young man who you play out of position. You pick another young man who never played the season, and now JB, your guys, your most important or impactful guy that you got on your team. You're entertaining or gauging his worth and value for the Bulls.
The Bulls are about to get Jimmy Butler. The Bulls are about to get Jimmy Butler. That's what's about to happen. I'm not saying Zach Lavine is Jimmy Butler, but I still think this guy is going to be productive at some point in time. But you saddled this horse up now. Let's ride him all the way to the end, right? Because you paid him. Why pay him the money then? Why pay him the money? This is what I don't understand.
Because you had to.
But if you were going to move him, if you were thinking about moving him, why pay him the money?
Well, here's the thing. If you're looking for what is most attractive to somebody else, see, people might not want DeMar DeRozan. People might not even want Vooch.
Yes.
Clearly, people are saying what we've been, some of us fans have been saying. People aren't really, they're not really interested in Patrick Williams right now because it's just
absolutely not.
It's not enough.
Absolutely not.
So the one trade piece that you have that is attractive to some teams is also the best player that you need to keep. Now, again, if we can go back to the last 3 seasons, first of all, I've been on record by saying the Bulls gave up way too much for Vooch. I'm sorry, he was not worth 2 rounds. I mean, I like Vooch. I think he's a good, solid player. That Orlando team wasn't going nowhere anyway. And hell, Kevin Love was giving you 26 and 13 in Minnesota, and he didn't go for 2 first-round picks, I don't believe. Right. So why does Vooch go for 2 first-round picks? And to me, he's not as good as that Minnesota Kevin Love was, right? So, first of all, AK, you jump, and Mark Eversley, although I think he's just hi, I'm the GM. That's his role. Where is he at in the boardroom?
No, he just shows up.
He's a brother, and I know he's got a deep voice, but do you ever hear it?
I'll have another latte.
Do you know what his voice sounds like?
I wouldn't know because you never hear him.
Right.
He's there for the macadamia cookies. That's what he's there.
Right. Or he's the gopher. Like, come on, let's keep it up, But
let's keep it.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it. But now here we go.
Because here's the thing. He's gonna get tasked with saying, "Hey man, the GM messed this team up. AK, what are you doing? Well, you the one pulling the strings. You pay too much. You overspend for Vooch.
Right.
You draft
overspend for DeMar.
Wait, I'm getting it.
Well, but okay, go ahead.
Here's the thing. All up to draft night, what did you hear about the Bulls that draft? They need a point guard. They need a point guard. They need a point guard. Tyrese Halliburton is sitting right there, but you
did I not say that?
Right here.
You draft
not say that.
Williams. Then you turn around, then you turn around and hey, hometown guy, you pick Io.
Okay.
Then you take Dalen Terry. Why? Like, make it make sense. And it's like, I'm starting to believe that whatever credit AK gets for whatever happened in Denver, he didn't have any imprint on that because nothing that he's doing here remotely resembles anything that's going on in Denver. Nothing.
True.
Remember, Jamal Murray was the first pick in the 7th pick in the first round. Vooch was like a 42nd, 43rd pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. was hurt. They took a flyer on him later in the rounds. And I mean, I don't know much about Aaron Gordon as to like how y'all feel about him, but Aaron Gordon was not like a super pick coming out of Arizona. He was good. He had some solid years in Orlando, but he's the dunk contest guy that got snubbed.
Right.
Yeah.
And he found a niche. He found a place where he could fit. And it just happened to be in Denver after AK was gone.
Right.
But he's a work hard guy. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy.
Him. But I'm saying, but my point is, Denver was trying to get over the hump. AK leaves. The new GM picks up Aaron Gordon. They win a championship.
Well, okay. Let me backtrack on that a little bit. Nobody but none of those guys knew the Joker was going to be who the Joker was.
Absolutely not.
So he morphed into that within the last 3 years and some change, maybe 4 years. He morphed into that because he was not that guy. Somehow or another, he found the elixir and he found the old man game because that's who he looks like. Don't he look like the guy out there that's playing in the Stacey Adams? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. To JB's point, does anybody on the Bulls look like they're going to morph into anything other than what they are? Do you look at them and say, "Ooh, that Patrick Williams, he's
okay. Don't get me started on Patrick Williams. I tried y'all to say it 4 or 5 times now. You know that is my trigger point is Patrick Williams. Did I not pull over to the side of the road on draft night? When they said Patrick Williams, I almost crashed in a chrysanthemum tree. Look, who, what, why, where, and how? What? This is not Scottie Pippen. I think they thought they were drafting Scottie Pippen. I think somebody had their Bulls jersey on, and they say, we're going to make him into Scottie Pippen. You don't have Michael Jordan here. You don't have him here. And this guy wearing those green leprechauns, I'm telling you, he's going to look up one day and they're going to say, oh, he doesn't have shoes to play in the game today because somebody went and stole all his shoes. I'm going to be the guy running down Madison Avenue. with them green leprechauns. This was such a wasted pick. And I don't care how they try to slather any butter or cinnamon on this. This guy's a waste. Now, is he going to be an NBA player? Yes, because he has a body for it. He has a decent jump shot. Is he that guy that we thought we were going to get? No, that's why we had to go get DeMar DeRozan.
But wait, who did we think he was? I don't think anybody thought he was anybody.
Dude, he was that he was that project, just like Terry is that project.
Wait a minute. Remember, I said to you the next year, they picked a year up. They picked too soon because the kid they needed actually went to Toronto. That's the one you thought he was going to be. And now you're sitting there with a Patrick Williams who's playing a forward position that should be, he's a swing. That's what he is, and that's what he will be. And until he gets there, he can't morph. He can't do his
but you had a Tyrese Halliburton sitting there, just like you had people there that you knew they were going to put numbers up. This kid couldn't even start on his own team in college.
No. And he's averaging the same points that he was in the
There goes the rub. Yes.
You know, I mean, at best, you hope he had flashes of looking like a healthy Kawhi Leonard, that type of player.
And you know what? At times he does. At times he does. You go, he flashes, but he don't flash long enough. He fizzles. Right?
He that sparkler that you get for the kids that don't burn you.
Yep. Yeah. So when it's all sizzle, he's no sizzle. He's all fizzle.
He's all fizzle, man. And at some point, but again, they have picked like this kid, the young kid they just got. What's his name? Terry? Why? Why? What was that about?
I remember watching Summer League and they were trying to morph him into a point guard.
Yeah.
Which he just doesn't have the eye. He doesn't have the vision.
No.
To be a point. And I'm not, and it's, point guard is not all about the flash of how you handle the ball. It's about how you run the offense.
Yeah, it's angles.
And angles, and he just the kid, and I'm not saying like, hey, he made it, lived out his dream. He's gonna have 7 figures in his bank account.
Yeah.
Is he what we need moving forward? No. We got too many guards. I mean, come on. He picked up 40-year-old Dragan Gorac or Goran Dragic.
Yeah.
He does stupid stuff. Like, this is like Gar Pax all over again. We had 20 years of that crap. I don't need no more.
So, wait. Did they just pick a younger version of themselves? Is this a Garpax? They just picked a young Garpax and said, "Hey, this is they're new."
But it was just a name we can't pronounce, so we can't make up an acronym for it.
Can't say Arturas Karnisovas.
It sounds like you got a disease or something. You've got the Karnisovas. Oh no!
Oh man! How did you treat that?
By getting bad point guards. That's how you treat it.
Right. Well, and then getting bad point guards and then banking on the lottery to keep our pick.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Was anybody fooled? I was halfway watching the draft, right? And I wasn't really watching it. I was walking around the house doing something. And all of a sudden I looked up and I'm like going, oh, wait a minute, hold on. And I'm like, was anybody fooled like I was for a hot second or two until I figured out the Bulls that fell out the
but you knew the odds going in if it was top 5 protected. You knew the odds going in when
it was like 1.4 or something. I knew they had no chance. Yeah,
because they dumb butts made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: even if they had gotten it, instead of taking Wembanyama, they probably take Scoot Henderson or someone that we've never heard.
So I wouldn't mind Scoot Henderson, but it's another 6'10" kid overseas. Like a Croatian kid or whatever I've seen.
Oh, what's that kid's name? I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen pictures coming out next year.
Yeah. So I was thinking, maybe they would draft him and stash him, for or something like that. Kind of like how Krause did Tony Kukoc back in the day, right?
Right.
Which, if that was the case, like, you can't really be mad at that. But you got a team that's got a window now that's this big because Lonzo Ball.
What window?
So we had let me clarify. We had a window pre Lonzo's injury to where the Bulls were a top 4 team. They were number 1 for a good portion of it.
Right.
But you knew that team needed something extra to get you over the hump.
True.
That's where I say you could have gotten creative in free agency. Hell, you hadn't been really hitting on any draft picks because everybody on your team is good. You either traded for or got in free agency. So that just means you just can't draft. You're just terrible at drafting, and that's just what it is.
Well, but knowing the Bulls, they may pick up Chris Paul. I mean, it would be something that ridiculous knowing what goes on at the brain trust that Chris Paul will be your starting point guard. But I guess it can't be any worse than probably Patrick Beverley being your starting point guard.
Dude, but none of that worked. Caruso, none of it worked.
Well, okay, you know why that didn't work? Because these guys were not supposed to be playing those positions. These guys are your 7th and 8th and 9th guy off the bench on a good basketball team. That's who these guys are, your energy guys coming in who are going to come in and give you their solid 3 fouls in 20 minutes, and you're going to give your starters some rest, and that's what they're going to go and do. They're going to come in there and do the dirty work, get their nose bloody, doing stuff like that. These guys are never supposed to be starting for a basketball team.
I should not be starting for a basketball team. With the Bulls is this is a textbook example when everything fails. I mean, if it goes right, you've got Denver. But when it all crashes and it all burns and falls, now you have the Chicago Bulls.
Look, let me tell you something right now. When Vucevic did not turn out to be what they thought he was going to be, they then went into basketball hell. Because they were rolling their dice on him that he was going to be the guy that they could build around, because he was that big guy that could drag you outside and he could shoot the 3 ball out there and open up the inside the driving lanes. When Lonzo Ball's knee decided not to come with him to Chicago, when that happened, I told you before, G, did I not tell you that if Lonzo Ball could not play for the Chicago Bulls, I was one of the first ones that said that. I said the Chicago Bulls are toast. They are in mid-level hell. Now they're in lower mid-level hell, and they're too stupid to tank far enough down so they can get a chance at the number 1 pick.
It is.
You know who they're going to get. I'm looking on the screen right now. They got a 7.
Bronny James.
No, Bronny ain't gonna make it in the G League. Bronny's not going to make it in the G League. They're going to. There's no way. Look, let me tell you something. Bryce got a better shot than Bronny. Anyway, they got this guy who's 7 foot tall, 360 pounds, playing for the Division 3.
The guy that just turned. I seen him.
Yeah, the St. John's, who shoots the 3 ball. And the Chicago Bulls pick Big Cozy.
The Chicago Bulls better use all their Nigerian picks. Because I think you need to go and get you a whole second squad of all these Nigerian developmental basketball players that they have. You got to hit a reset somehow. And I mean a hard reset, or as you said, to your point, Jay, this is basketball purgatory. This is just the infinite meal. You're just, bro. This is
at best, but G,
go
at best, let's say you do trade Zach and somebody gives you 2 picks. Like, let's say the Lakers do it, whatever.
Okay.
You're still not getting anything this year. You have to trade to a team that's pretty bad to get a pick this year. And at best, let's say you do get, you try to get Scoot Henderson. If not, who fits that team? What you gonna get, Amani Bates? Like, what?
Oh my goodness. You know what? And I'm scared. I'm so worried about that, because the Amani Bates is the type of player that the Bulls will get.
That's my point. Like that's not giving me any more comfort.
Because he's a guy who's slithery enough that he's going to be able to play in the NBA. He's slithery enough, right? He's got a decent outside jumper, but he's never going to gain any weight. He's never going to get opportunity to get in the weight room because he just has a body they ain't going to put on the weight. But that's the type of guy the Bulls will go get because of his upside potential. But he's the best basketball player he's going to be right now. And that's the type of guy the Bulls get.
When he gets caught on Instagram with his guns, at least he'll know to say immediately they're toys.
Can you talking about Don Morant? Like, should we not have? Should we not have?
These are toys.
Look, hold on a second. Can I get 2 seconds on this? Right? Who is allowing these people to take pictures of John Morant with these guns? Who in his team? Somebody should be out there tackling somebody. There should be no phones allowed. I don't understand his crew, because if he's the cash cow, right? The first time he got caught with them guns, you be like, look, you ain't getting nowhere near a gun, bro. It'll be a water gun. You know what I'm saying? That's about all you're gonna get in your hands from this point. We're not gonna stop this money rolling. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. His crew is stupider than him. That's absolutely true.
To that, Jay.
Go ahead.
Because you alluded to something. You never give up the person with the money. Michael Vick's cousin should have had his natural behind beat.
Yeah.
Because you sent Michael Vick to jail at the pinnacle of his career for some dogs that he wasn't even there doing training or none of that. You never give up the man with the money. So that the fact that your friends are the ones putting you in these situations, I look at the father. Hey, T. Morant, how about you be a dad and not his freaking friend?
Yeah. But he's
too happy to lose it all.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about that endorsement dollar. I mean, look, here's the thing about the NBA, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody, they're like the NFL. Nobody's bigger than the shield. Nobody's bigger than the logo. You understand? They will bounce John Morant out this league so fast and not think twice about it. Because the league is going to keep going regardless. It don't matter. You know? Right. And that's what these guys don't understand. Oh, they're paying me $200. If they're paying you $200 million, how much money do you think they're making? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're giving you pennies. That's what that is. Right. But I want to add something else to that real quick.
Go ahead.
Before you guys switch segments. I think Taylor Jenkins should be fired because look what are you doing to that team in that environment down there? You got Dylan Brooks acting a fool. You got Steven Adams out there punching people. Like where's the control?
Yeah, absolutely. Because here's the problem is you got guys who are making so much money more than their coaches and everything. They don't think they have to listen anymore. And then how are you going to discipline these guys? See, if you don't have a captain on your team that's going to keep this under control, that they're going to listen to, and on that team, who's their captain? The guy with the guns?
The guy with the gun. Maybe Jaren Jackson, because his dad was in the league. He's got a little bit more sense.
Yeah, you know? but you just don't have it. And that's the key to it. Any of these really good teams, their leader is the guy who's keeping that clubhouse together. You know what I'm saying? Who's the guy who's going to go up to somebody and look, hey, look, I'm about to drag you in this shower right quick, and you're going to have a come to Jesus moment because you're not going to embarrass her and mess up my paycheck.
We need that's Udonis Haslem's.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Actually, since you said that, he would probably be a perfect fit for the Bulls. I would think that they would sign Udonis Haslem
for his 21st season
and Chris Paul. Yes,
but look, here's the funny part about that, right? The commentators are like, "Hey, does he even get his ankles taped anymore?" You know,
no,
he's just sitting down.
No. He doesn't even come to the bench with shorts on anymore.
You know what's scary about joggers? You know what's scary about that team? It was just how hurt was Tyler Hero that they didn't try to run him out there.
He couldn't. His release, they were like, it's not his wrist, but something with the hand when he's gripping the ball.
Yeah.
He couldn't shoot.
Yeah. I mean, he had to be really, really hurt. And they needed, not that was going to make any difference, but they needed that help out there with that. But that was
shout out again to Jimmy Butler for not assassinating his whole squad. I mean,
and he's not good enough to be a Bull. Of course not. No, not that guy. Yeah, he's not good enough. No. Let's go. Let's go get Gabriel's husband and pay him somebody to hang around. Why not do that?
Okay. Don't you wish we had a guy like Jimmy Butler on the Bulls? Oh wait.
Didn't we have that?
Yeah, just that guy. That guy's not who we want to build a franchise around. Oh no, not him. No, let's go bring these other. Let's go. Can we find Jalen Rose? Just roll him out there for a little while. Why not roll him out there?
Well, you got Io is from Chicago, so it makes it a lot easier for the announcers to say from Chicago.
At least his mother didn't have to drive that far to come see him play.
Oh, okay. Listen,
she went to Illinois.
Yeah, JB, before you get ready to get out of here, man, listen, tell the people how they get in contact with you, how they keep up with you, how they watch you, follow you. How do they support you in CCP?
Actually, just you said it, Chicago Clubhouse Podcast and Chicago Clubhouse Network. We can be found on YouTube Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Central, that is. And we have many, many back and forths with some of our great contributors, such as you guys. I love coming on your show, love when we talk and we get together. It's always a great time. You know, next time we just got to find a way to do it in person with some beers and some wings. You know?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And have the public join us in our tomfoolery and shenanigans.
Yes. Let's definitely do that.
Definitely, for sure. And then always catch us on Facebook and some of our group chats. It gets really, really hostile in there sometimes, you know. But hey, we love them and we love doing it. So I thank you guys.